You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We're not going to go anywhere. This is not a trend, and we cannot stop this.
Protesters are continuing to confront racism here in central Illinois. Good evening, I'm Jen Lask. Thousands marched and rallied in multiple cities today, and we have team coverage from those protests. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey is live in Springfield, but first, we start with Karina Rubio in Champaign, where people of all ages are stepping up and making their voices heard. Karina?
Jen, there is a lot going on today in Champaign. Right now, take a look. There is a community peace rally going on behind me right now. And earlier this afternoon, a group called Pain to Peace organized today's protest. And the creators of it are teenagers from Champaign-Urbana, and they led the way today. Thanks to those teens, nearly 1,000 people came ready to march for racial justice and equality. They got together at Hessel Park and walked across Champaign. But it wasn't just a protest. They stopped at dozens of different intersections. They took a few minutes at each one to educate the community. People shared statistics and personal testimonies that highlighted racial inequality and police brutality.
The main thing people are going to realize from today is that this wasn't just a march. We weren't just chanting and playing music. We were teaching and we had fun at the same time, and the kids were leading it, and that's just an amazing thing. It's beautiful.
Some of those protesters are here now at the community peace rally in Champaign, getting hydrated and fed after a long day. It was organized by 3 community members as an opportunity to unite and talk about ways to spread peace. A pastor is also speaking here to help get that message across. And from what our team calculated today, the marchers walked over about 7.5 miles across Champaign today. Pain to Peace's motto is #ChangeTheNarrative. Today, young leaders prove that you're never too young to make a difference. Live in Champaign, Karina Rubio, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, thank you, Karina. And in Monticello, more than 500 protesters gathered near the courthouse. Organizers worked with law enforcement to make sure everyone was safe. People held signs, painted the streets in chalk, and chanted. One of the organizers led the crowd in a moment of silence, at which point some people took a knee. We talked to one community member about what this movement means to him.
I am very encouraged and heartwarmed by the reception of so many people of so many different backgrounds coming together in a common purpose that's based on positivity and goodwill and all the things that we believe in, that we never get a chance to show each other how much we actually care about each other.
Organizers say they hope the movement in Monticello inspires other small towns to also hold protests. And we spoke with one of the 3 main speakers after that protest wrapped up there. Melina Thompson says she was really happy with the turnout.
I was amazed, really, honestly, and my heart was just so warmed by the amount of people that were there and the things that people were saying. I know when I was giving this speech, I kind of got tunnel vision and couldn't really take it all in the moment. But the things that people said afterwards, and I'm just so grateful that people gave me the opportunity to speak.
Meanwhile, dozens of protesters also rallied in Georgetown today. Organizers say that although there was some backlash to the protest beforehand, the amount of support they had from the police department and from local teachers was amazing. Like Monticello, Georgetown's organizers hope other towns will follow their lead. And our team coverage continues in Springfield, where protesters once again marched today. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey joins us live there. And Cole, tell us who organized this protest.
Well, this protest today continued the trend of ones organized by younger people in this community. A couple hundred people are still marching through Springfield. They're actually on pace to come up behind me here in just a little bit. On their first lap, though, when they walked back down and got back in front of the Capitol, they all stopped, they gathered up, they stopped chanting, and they locked arms and walked in silence up towards the Abraham Lincoln statue. They did hold an open mic night after that moment of silence, and as these protests have gone on, their message has evolved as well, and today's protest focused on what they want to see happen after all of these protests end.
We love to protest, but this is not all that we're capable of. We want to start organizations. We want to help with donations and help with scholarships and turn it into an organization and really do something big for our community.
That doesn't mean that this will be the last protest here in Springfield, though. There will be another one tomorrow. And the groups that are organizing it, those groups of young people, will be gathering to feed the homeless tomorrow morning as well. The police escorted this march throughout the city, and after they escorted them, they weren't done yet. Police Chief Kenny Winslow was out here handing out water to protesters, and the protesters even called him up and thanked him during the presentation. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey, WCIA 3. Your local news leader.
All right, thank you, Cole. And today's protest in Springfield officially marks a week straight of protests right in front of the Capitol. Now, city leaders want to channel the protests into lasting change. Two city aldermen are creating a list of ideas for the council to act on. And those changes range from focusing on economic development on the city's east side to finding new ways to train the police department. They say they don't want the momentum to slow down.
I'm not really concerned about whether people are ready to have these conversations. They're conversations that we're going to have. You know, one of the things that I said then and I have been saying is that leadership has to speak up and speak out.
Mayor Langfelder says he's also ready for these discussions and says he believes the police are meeting the city's high standards, but he's always open for improvement. And thousands gathered at Union Park in Chicago today to march through the city's west side. Chicago Public School community members and the Black Youth Project organized the Chicago March of Justice. City leaders reopened Grant Park and Union Park this weekend to give protesters more space, and they're also restricting some of the traffic and public transportation. Our coverage of the protest continues online. That's where you'll find pictures of the events, live feeds from the protests as they were happening today, as well as reactions. Just go to WCIA.com or download our free news app. And around the world, people are marking the 76th anniversary of D-Day. Wreaths were laid at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. this morning. And here in central Illinois, our partners at the Springfield Journal-Register say the annual remembrance ceremony at Oak Ridge Cemetery had to be canceled, though, due to concerns over COVID-19. Meanwhile, loved ones said goodbye to an 18-year-old from Champaign who died in a boating accident last weekend. A funeral service took place this morning for Drew Adams. It was live streamed on a screen at Spalding Park so people could safely gather to pay their respects. Adams was set to go to Parkland College this fall. And now to an update on COVID-19 in Illinois. The Illinois Department of Public Health confirmed 975 new cases today, including 72 additional deaths. That brings the total to 126,890 cases, including 5,864 deaths. Labs have now processed more than 1 million tests in Illinois. Also tonight,
we were so surprised at the outpouring of support.
A yearly fundraiser goes virtual. How many thousands of dollars Cunningham Children's Home raised by selling quilts?